2 weeks after the Syriac Church tragedy in Baghdad, last night another 13 bombs and 2 mortar attacks specifically targeted Christian homes in Baghdad in Iraq. Al-Qaeda has announced that all Christians are targets. The violence continues and will continue. Here is a proud Aramean family who has been impacted more than most. It is the Abosh family from Sydney, Australia, who have family back in Iraq. And we have the son, Dani Abosh, on the phone to discuss the tragedy that has been felt by his family in Iraq. Mr. Dani Abosh, hello.
Hello.
So, can you tell me a little bit about your family, both in Australia and back home in Iraq?
Well, our family, we live in Sydney, Australia, and we moved to Sydney from Iraq in 1995. We are from the north of Iraq.
Yeah.
And I'm 17 years old, and I'm currently studying, and I'm working for the Iraq Human Rights Team for the Syriac Universal Alliance. My mother, Dani Abosh, a first cousin was killed 4 days ago, and another cousin was killed 3 weeks ago. Since 2003, there have been other cousins who have been killed, all because of their Christian faith. And this violence, this terrible violence, is nothing new to our family and the Aramean population in Iraq.
Right. Go on.
She cannot speak at the moment because we are having the funeral and people are coming to pay their respects. And as you can imagine, she is very emotional about the topic and the subject.
So we understand that we have 2 Syriac Orthodox people who were killed in Baghdad, and only because they're Christians. Can you tell us about these 2 people, 2 victims?
Well, the latest murder and massacre of my cousin in Iraq, it happened on the 7th of November, and his name was Lu'ay Daniel Ashaya. He was 48 years old, from Baghdad, and he was killed by these Muslim extremists.
Okay.
He now has 3 daughters. 2 of them are married, but one of the child is now an orphan because her mother died back in 2006. The family themselves are a Syriac Orthodox family and very, very proud family who are, they're very good, and they've never done anything to make enemies of anyone. And we've tried to talk about his death and how they were killed, but the problem that all our relatives in Iraq are facing is that they're too afraid to talk about it over the phones because they believe that these extremists and whoever it is they've been tapping their phones, and
of course,
if any of this information is passed on to the wider world and to the wider population, and these atrocities are made known to the wider population, they're afraid that,
Of course, it's not only murder; it's also threatening. It's terror. It's people are scared, and they are captured in this circle inside of Iraq. What do you believe, Dani, that we Suryoyo in the diaspora can do to make a better future for these people, or at least to help them to start creating a solution for these people?
Well, any lasting solution has to be long-term. We can go raise arms and protest against these atrocities, these massacres of our people, but these are only fleeting and momentary solutions. We need to find and explore the long-term solutions. And these can best be provided by and through our representative in the global community, and this is our Syriac Universal Alliance, who have the best for our people in mind, and they are out there trying to find real solutions. They have access to the United Nations, to the European Union, American politicians, the Council of Europe, and media who can draw attention to this genocide that's been occurring. You know, we don't want a reoccurring or, you know, SAFO Part 2, the genocide that happened to our Aramean people in 1915 with the Turkish. We don't want to look back in the history books and say we could have done something. We could have done something to stop this genocide that's been happening, but we didn't. We want to look back. We want to educate our future generations and tell them we saw this wrong being done against our people, and we stood up and we did something about it. We stopped it while it was occurring. We've done something to make this world a safer place, to make it more secure, and to guarantee the security of our Aramean people in their homeland, in their rightful place where they belong.
Right. Dani Abosh, on behalf of the Suryoyo people all over the world and the family of Suryoyo Sat, the Syriac Satellite Channel, and myself, I share my condolence with you, especially to your mom.